Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Heyo and welcome today. Today you're joined by me, Daniel. This is my channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel or my Twitch stream, depending where you are catching this video. This is page 6, the last page of my book that you'll see me do this year. Per se. Yeah, as far as I know, I mean, I don't think I have the time to do any more at the moment. But you know, at the moment I've got this this is pretty much finished for now. I'll probably do a few more tweaks before I kind of get the book actually printed and everything. But apart from that, you know, it's all going good at the moment. You know, page 6 is underway, and it looks, you know, at the finish you'll see the actual image, what it looks like. You know, I reckon it looks pretty good. There are possibly a tweak or two, but I'm pretty satisfied with it. You know, there might be something that I missed or something that I'll look back on it and yeah, I'll change a few things possibly in the future, but for now it is at the stage where it's like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't have all the time in the world to work on these paintings, you know, but if I could, I would change this and everything, keep painting for hours and days on end till I really got it to like a perfect state. But unfortunately, I want to keep this YouTube channel. I want to keep, you know, creating and painting new things. You know, I don't want to stay on the same painting for like 2 years in a row or something. You know, I've heard about this artist that, you know, spent a whole year painting just this one image or something, which is really awesome, you know, to see that kind of work and the dedication. But for me, I want to keep things going. I want to so many things I want to do, so I can't just stick on one painting. And to keep this YouTube channel going, I do have to kind of finish a piece every 2 weeks around about. There is, you know, some weeks and some months that I have like gap kind of videos, kind of filler per se videos where I just kind of draw while I'm chatting, or I have something else on, like I had Inktober, where I just went over my Inktober, and now I've recently done like a daily drawing challenge for 4 days a week, kind of a monthly challenge in a way. I have to do like 20 drawings a month, per se. If it all works out like that, there might be a month where it doesn't work out, that I get 20 drawings out of a month. But around about like every 4 weeks, I get 20 drawings every 4 weeks, so that's around about a month, but some months are up and down, so it depends on how things work with those months, and yeah. But yeah, you know, every week I have 4 words that I draw, and they can be any words that I make up. Usually I make them up at the end of doing the first, you know, 4. So I do, say I started on week 1, I've made the words up, I did those words in those days, and then on day 4 I make up the next week's 4 words. So that's how I do it. It's similar. I had the idea from there was two jars, one drawing from Bobby Chio's channel. He did with, I want to say Robert, but I can't fully remember it now, but it's in my head there somewhere. But he did an Inktober channel kind of a thing where the guy who was working with, I can't fully remember his name. It's a while since I've actually watched this stuff, and you know, he did this about 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I got the idea from, you know, 2 jars, one thing, and it's similar to Inktober too, but I'm just taking one random word and drawing what I think, for that word. It just guides me every day to draw something, rather than sitting there and deciding what to draw. And it may take me like 5 or 10 minutes to decide what to draw, and I'll just sit there like doodling random stuff that doesn't make any sense, and then um do some cubes, and then I might grab a picture from my reference library on my tablet or something and then draw that. um or sometimes I may have a sketch. I kind of do an idea, and uh, yeah, it's good to have that kind of drawing time, and I still get it. Some days I get these daily drawings, those 4 days a week. I get those done within like 15 minutes or something. So sometimes I do get that like leisure drawing time where I can just relax and draw and kind of think about things a little bit, think about rendering and drawing boxes and getting things underway. Sometimes I might jot down like a little idea for upcoming painting or drawing that I've got going on in the future. I'm trying to work on getting a like full drawing underway so that I could like possibly with that 45 minutes that I get, spend a little time just rendering a drawing of some sort so I can get a little bit more out. But that's take a bit of time, to try and get the good drawing underway. And then trying to set it up and everything like that, and then keep on drawing it, and it may take more than 45 minutes to do. And so it all depends. Excuse me. I just I keep on going and keep on creating. So yeah, I've done quite a few topics here. Usually I have had an artist in. You at the moment for the last like couple of weeks, like 4 or 5 weeks. It's just been me at the moment. It's getting hard to find artists. I mean, this time of the year, being near Christmas, a busy time of the year, and people might be going on holidays, all sorts of things going on. It's hard, but it's been all right because I still create these videos, still keep this channel going, and I definitely won't have like anyone in till next year at this point, because this is my kind of last kind of stream in a way, a proper art stream. There is the Christmas ones that are coming up, which are art related, and the weekly tips will still be there and those things. But this is kind of my last kind of official kind of not Christmas related stuff in a way, like fully painting, fully chatting about that kind of thing stream. So yeah, I wanted to talk in this video a little bit about like my next big step, what it's going to be, how I'm going to go about it. At this stage, what's my next move, where I'm at now, what can I do, and things like that. For me, my situation at the moment, is I'm working full time, doing just pickpacking, and when I get home, I have like an hour and a half of doing tea and family time, and maybe a little bit cleaning up or something, and then a bit of maybe a little bit of gaming, maybe half an hour or something, and then from there I'm painting for about an hour, 2 hours per day. And sometimes in the morning I might wake up early and get a bit of painting done as well, or some other things like video editing and things like that. And sometimes I put more hours in, I try and use my time as well as I can, best of my ability as well, obviously. Um, yeah, that's my situation, at the moment, so I only get about 2 or 3 hours ish a day, um, for painting, so about 10 hours a week, plus, um, weekends. And on weekends, I get anywhere from 2 hours on a Saturday and 2 hours on Sunday to 3 or 4 hours ish. Depends, like, it depends on how I go, what I've got going on. Some days I actually get like 4 or 5 hours even, um, you know, because I'm at home on my own, just painting here, and it's, sometimes. But yeah, it all depends on what's going on, sometimes I got these streams going on. I might have a stream on the weekend, say at like lunchtime or something. At the moment, I've been doing them at, when I get quiet time on a Friday night. As soon as I get the opportunity, I start streaming on a Friday night usually. I may give like a little bit of time just to like set it up and get stuff done, like just chillax and unwind from the day kind of a thing. But usually as soon as I can or as soon as I'm ready to, I start streaming. And then I get the stream underway. Some nights I've got some artists in, so there's a certain time that it is happening. So like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or the next morning, or it happens. I always arrange with the artists that I do have in to chat with them and decide when's easiest for them, and what I can do, the easiest time. Sometimes it's like 6 a.m. In the morning on a Wednesday or Thursday, which is fine, or 7 a.m. or something. So it's an hour, and then I've got to get ready for work and everything like that. So sometimes it works out like that, and other times it's like after work, at night. And yeah, those are kind of the times I can do, or if it's during the day, it has to kind of be on a weekend. Um, so I try and schedule as best I can with their time zones. Sometimes it works out an advantage. It's like, well, 12 lunchtime for you is my, early morning or something. So I can be like, yep, that works out good for me. Sometimes I have to kind of, like for one artist I had to wake up at like 3 a.m. I've had a few of those where I had to like wake up like quite early or stay up late or something like that to get the stream with them. But it's worth it. I enjoy chatting with them, and yeah, it's no loss really. It may be that I sleep in or I get a bit more sleep the next day or something like that. But I get the stream done, and things always kind of work. So next year I decide to get a bit more artists in. It is definitely challenging. But I've got. I mean, there's a few artists that I'm going to be chatting to next year. So hopefully that'll be exciting. That's one of my steps is, yeah, just to get a little bit more kind of contact more artists to get them in and chat with them. I'll get ones I've had in before. I want to chat with a lot of those guys because they're awesome to chat with, and I'd like to get in contact with them again and just kind of continue our conversation and just kind of chat a little bit more as well. It'll be cool to catch up with everyone that I have chatted with, because it's been so awesome to chat with these guys and everything. Yeah, and yeah, but yeah, the next big step for me, is this might go a little bit into kind of the New Year's resolution kind of thing. but hopefully I don't dabble too much that, when I do the New Year's video stream or whatever, that I kind of break it. That's okay. It's a completely different stream, this one, anyway. But yeah, my next big step is to, try and push these videos a bit further, try and get some, more artists to be able to see this content, whether it's on like Facebook groups or Discord groups or whatever. However I share it, try and get it out there a little bit more. It's always up and down, mixed reviews about what people think about this channel. It's very hard because if you're, not say, a full-time illustrator, kind of hero material, kind of someone that you can look up to and high up the ranks, or like really really good, or yeah, people kind of push your advice to another side, because you aren't kind of higher up there. You ain't living the dreams. Therefore, people, well, listen to people that, well, that's my thoughts anyway. But yeah, it's very hard for people. But I try to make these video streams and recordings and chats that I have, the whole painting process. I try and make it as interesting as I can, to the best of my ability. I know, this ain't a gaming stream where you see like people making funnies and making memes and all that stuff. It's not kind of that kind of channel. Lots of that where millions of viewers. But I know some people enjoy this stuff. I know some people do get some helpful advice and get some kind of easy ways to get better at art, learn from other artists. Yeah, get some good advice. I give the best advice I can, to my ability, because I've got to deal with life and I still keep these YouTube videos going. I still keep these paintings going each week and every day. So it is, like, to some people that may seem quite a big deal, because I've got a life outside of art and illustration. So keeping this going and creating this stuff is surprising to some people. It's like, oh, how do you do this in so little time? So I definitely got some advice for that kind of thing to keep you going, even though you like feel like you're struggling, or you're thing. I still feel young. Some people might get to my age and feel like real old. It's too late to become an illustrator. This is, people have those thoughts. And I've definitely, I wouldn't say that I haven't had those thoughts ever. It is a struggling thing, it's not just something that goes away. Even for some people that are kind of illustrating and things like that, may struggle, with, paying their bills and things like that, because, it's, they might not have the biggest check in the world or something like that. But I mean, with any kind of job these days, you have that as well, I mean, here in New Zealand, there is some bad places, I'd say, that, kind of chew all your money up because you're paying a lot of rent and you have to work like a lot to try and pay for it all. But then you have some places that are less costly. And it also depends on what kind of your expenses are too. Like for me, I don't buy alcohol or cigarettes or anything else really. I buy a little bit of chocolate, every now and again. Um, once a week, twice a week, around about at the max, three times a week at the max, I'd say. Um, so I don't buy, a lot of different other, you know, pleasure things in a way, like things that um you don't really necessarily need. um, a lot of those things. So I don't with alcohol. I mean, it can be quite expensive, especially when you're doing it every like week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. Um, a box of beers like $24, or something like that, around about. Um, and you're getting paid like I don't know, an estimate of 500 or something. You gotta pay so much rent or whatever. So it gets um, it can chew up the money if you're doing every like week. You pay $20. um, and yeah, it eventually chews up your money or something like that if you did that. Um, but yeah, I don't have to pay for those things. So I don't have as much expenses as a lot of people have. Also, like cars, I don't have to pay for any car stuff. Um, because I'm fine with walking and stuff like that. So it's a lot of people have cars these days. Uh, yeah, and I choose not to. That's just me. That's just my personality and the way it goes. And it's really costly, like couple of hundred to kind of a month to keep your car running. And then on top of that, it could go bust at one day, and you could pay a couple of thousand or a couple of hundreds. To then repair it, So it is a struggling thing to keep in a way. And I've got other things that I do pay for, like I've bought my computers, and buying and upgrading those. I've got other little expenses that chew up money and stuff. But yeah, it is. It's all manageable. Um, but yeah, I'm not really wanting to discuss like that kind of stuff. um, but yeah, um, the next big move. I've discussed making more videos for YouTube, but yeah, two is kind of too much. Doing 2 videos a week has been challenging, but it's been a great challenge, and I'm still up for it next year. And looking forward, yeah, I'm definitely keeping that on. What I said for possibly doing on my YouTube channel is reusing, possibly, like making one whole video where it's just this painting. It's just kind of music or a little bit of advice or something while it plays for like under 5 minutes or something, so you can see the whole process within 5 minutes. Yeah, that's gonna be it might be really cool for some people to see. But it might get a bit kind of speedy, like marks all over the place and bits here and there, and um, you won't know what's going on. I don't exactly work in a fast-paced. I sit there and get things done. Sometimes I might do a little bit, have a rest, have a think on it, not sure where I'm going next. Fix up bits and come back to it. And sometimes it can be my routine. Sometimes I get really into it and I keep painting, and it's finished. That's usually towards the finish of it, though. I end up doing like 2 or 3 hours straight of just me painting, and then it's finished. And it's kind of how I kind of finish it. With working through it, it's usually all these small little outbursts of an hour, half an hour of me just painting a little bit here and there. Usually, there are some times where I do feel like a bit more painting, so I get a bit more done. It's all up and down. And also, I'm working on this book. I'm on page 6 completed now. So, moving on from here, is moving on to new pages. So, I've done the other pages, I've done all the pages, I'm just editing them and finishing them off. Going back and finishing them off, so I'm on to page 6 now, I'm finishing those off. So I'm halfway, I'm just about halfway. I've got to do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 4, 6 plus 2. Also, I got title page, end page, question mark. I have the inner page, and I might with the inner page, I might have it the same as the front cover, or I might have it like the first page. It could be like a cut out where you see part of the first page, but you kind of have a title or something, kind of a thing. That's possibly my idea, I'm not 100% sure. But those are big steps as well. I've got to get the next 6 plus 2, 8 pages done. Got them, get them done and dusted. They are underway. They obviously, after my next painting, which is the Christmas one that I've got going on, after I've done the Christmas one, I've got to then go back and do the next page, page 7, keep that going, and keep things going. So really, my next big step at the moment is to just keep moving forward and keep going. There are some major steps that I'm thinking of. For instance, getting this book actually printed. That is going to be coming soon, and it's going to be a little while because I'm still, at the stage I only got so many hours a week. I've got other things to do as well, so there's up and down on what time I have to do it. But I'm still keeping on the track. I'm still going forward. I've done page 6. I would love to have finished the book by now, but that's just at the moment. That's just the way it goes. And I'm fine with that. It takes time. I think I've done some pretty cool illustrations this year. I've created some awesome stuff. So yeah, things are going well. And doing these daily drawings has been helpful. I can spend like more time on them, developing the drawing and trying to get those underway. It's getting me, I feel better towards, it's getting me towards more of kind of a routine back, where I can keep developing things and keep drawing things, get things underway every day. So that will hopefully, my next big step is moving that forward, keeping that going as well. Because if I can keep that going and it develops into me actually being able to do like a full rendered drawing in my lunch breaks, then I would have two good things going on. I have my YouTube channel, and then I have these daily drawings or 4-day-a-week drawings that turn out pretty awesome. Or even if, for 1 week I try it, um, where I have 4 days to develop one really good drawing, of one word, um, that could work out. You know, it could be like updates every day if I still wanted to post it, because what I usually do is I draw the word, then I take a photo on my tablet and post it, usually, um, at the night or whatever. I just post it, every on those 4 days, and then I share, my YouTube stream, thumbnails as well. Oh, excuse me, sneeze there. um, but yeah, that's usually what I do for my Instagram to keep my Instagram going as well. I feel it's important to keep that going. To keep my Instagram posting, stuff, just to share with everyone what I'm up to. At the moment, there's a lot of things I've been up to, and just want to share with everyone that what drawings I'm actually still drawing. I'm still creating stuff. I've still got my YouTube channel going, just keeping everyone updated on that platform, what I'm doing. And yeah, using different platforms, is great. Um, every different platform works differently. Like I've said in many videos, you got to decide what's good for you. If you feel that you're always on Facebook, so Facebook might be really easy, to use, to share things, to join groups, to chat with people on there, and things like that. There's nothing wrong with it, just because people are saying, "Oh, don't do it," because there's not really an art community on there. Um, there are art groups on there, and I do find people that like art, and I can chat with them if I please on there as well. So it's each their own. If you feel like Facebook is the one that you're always on and you use the most, and you could, go on Facebook, share your art, and chat with other artists, and see their art, and yeah, vice versa, those kind of things, then use it all by means. Just because you want the 10,000 views, or you can't get like 10,000 views or something on that, channel, or that thing, it doesn't mean that you're using it wrong or anything like that. You get what you get out of it in the end. I mean, there is no exact reward for having like lots of followers, per se. There is obviously, if you got a certain amount, like on YouTube, if you got a certain amount, you got a certain amount of views, you then can get monetized and people can watch your channel and you can earn money from it, that kind of thing. But that takes time, and some channels blow up overnight, kind of a thing. But it depends on what you're doing, blah blah blah. But just because you're not doing good on the air, doesn't mean it is not good for you, because you might be getting something else out of it. Like for instance, if you're on Facebook and you're chatting with other artists from around the world, well, you might actually be growing your art knowledge. You might be getting better at drawing and painting, and things like that. You might not get like your 1,000 views or 1,000 likes on Facebook and things like that, but people are commenting and noticing your work on there. So there's nothing wrong with that platform. It's, if you use Instagram and you keep posting, and you think, oh, people aren't kind of viewing, and things like that, but you get a bit of people to see it, to comment on it, and they enjoy it. It's worth their use. Different platforms are fine as well. If you want to trial different platforms. I've trialed many. I had this one called Naomi, and it was paid for. You could earn money from it. I only managed to earn $10. I was lucky that I got the $10 because just as I earned the $10, they were closing the whole system, saying that they wouldn't pay anyone anymore because their system they basically went bust. Um, I'm not too sure why, but yeah, they basically couldn't pay for that anymore. Um, I mean, it's so hard. There's so many advertisements these days that you've got to kind of have a big site, otherwise, like who wants to advertise on you? It's the same for YouTube. Go have a lot of viewers, otherwise, who wants to kind of advertise on you? Same for websites. It's very challenging. Um, but it was really cool that I got that. That those views, those $10. Yeah, it's great. And all I did was kind of share uh, other art pieces, talk about them, kind of what I posted on other websites and things like that. So it just was a little bit of reuse, which was all good. It was awesome. It didn't take too much work. Yeah, and I use other platforms, like I've used DeviantArt. These days I do go on it and kind of do my groups and see other artists out there and uh, kind of comment on people and maybe find artists to chat to and things like that. But I don't really post on there anymore. For a while I've given up posting on there. Just there's so much stuff on there now that I'm like, I'm over posting on that site. On ArtStation, I kind of try and post the best of my work. There is some work that isn't the best, but it's up there. One day I might delete it. And I tweak it every now and again, post new artworks and kind of fix up like my portfolios and things like that. With new, better art pieces in there and illustrations. But yeah, that's another step as well to reevaluate some of my portfolio stuff. I was thinking, now I'm building up some pieces. For instance, like this piece here. The other 5 pages that I've got those. I can use those in my portfolio if I wanted to. When this book is finished, I've got that. I've got the cow bug that I did this year. I've got some more pieces that I've done. I've got the Christmas painting coming up. So there are, more works there that I could, change around into my portfolio if I wanted to. There's always new works coming out that I'm creating where I can take away something that I feel is not as strong as the other pieces or something, or just or build a different kind of a different kind of library or reference portfolio, like a character based portfolio or a story driven portfolio of some sort. This has some story in it, me telling story with illustration. So, therefore I can use it for that. So I've got a couple of story driven illustrations that I could make a small kind of story driven or character or creature portfolio, rather than at the moment I've kind of got design and I've got illustration, but I don't have like different categories. So now I've got a little bit more pieces and things. Just doing a little reorganizing with it would be better for applying for some places. Because then if they do be like, oh, we need a character designer, I have all the character design illustrations up there. They wouldn't have anything that's not kind of character driven. They might have something that um, shows that I can render or something like that, but it wouldn't have a lot of other different stuff. For instance, if it's character design, it wouldn't have like all creatures and fantasy art and things like that. It would have its own category. So that's another big step, is changing my portfolio and making those other little categories so I can apply for those. Kind of properly apply for those roles where it's like character designer and you see all this character design. Yeah, so that's another big step. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. Hopefully I did kind of go over enough what my next big steps are in this video. Feel free to comment below what your big steps are going to be towards your major goal, your major art career, trying to get that underway, what your next big steps are. Yeah, thanks for coming in and checking out this channel, this either on Twitch or on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. Hit the hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, if you like this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.